There are 6 things that the Lord hates, 7 that are abomination to him: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, heart that devises wicked plans, feet that make haste to run to evil, a false witness against a brother, and one that sows discord amongst the brothers and sisters. And oftentimes these things will happen simultaneously when you spread rumors, whether it's gossiping behind someone's back or slandering them to your face in an audacious manner. That's very disruptive, and it sows discord, and people often have agendas. And I've talked about this before. Through my life, I've just been deceived so many times. I was duped so many times, and it always happens. And every time I always remember being like, how on earth was somebody possible of doing that? How could I have fallen for that? You hear the saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. But when you start getting into the 3, 4, 5, 6 relentless attempt at fooling us, which is really the world we're living in, it's so rare that we are giving the full truth. And sometimes with good intentions, but oftentimes people have their own agendas. And last night I kept hearing the refrain that, when you love the Lord, you love the things he loves. And it's one of those things I'm in full agreement with. But yet when people that are uttering those things are uttering other things that contradict that, it's just a reminder of the things that the Lord hates. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you think you're doing it in service to the Lord, if it is causing discord amongst the brothers, the sisters, the church, in your family, it's not from God. If it's causing discord, I love having pastors and brothers that we can butt heads and disagree, but ultimately there's a respect and a true brotherly love that we still honor each other in the Lord, and we're not unrelenting. We're not like, you don't let pride sever a relationship or a brotherhood or a group. And sometimes you got to really make tough decisions on when to hold them, when to fold them, when you're being used somewhere, or when somewhere is just being more of a detriment. Because sometimes we need breaks too. We go in seasons through all things in life, and that can be true for inside the church as well. You got to be attached to the vine, but we just always got to remember the things that the Lord hates. It doesn't matter what you're doing in service to the Lord. If you were doing any of those things as a result of what you're doing for the Lord in your eyes, it's an abomination. And whether you're talking about semantics of what is weak, what is strong, what is boldness versus what is humility, there's a perfect balance. That's the beauty of the Lord Jesus Christ, is that he was meek. He was strength under control. He was super humble. He didn't hesitate in exposing the hypocrisy. He didn't hesitate to flip the tables in boldness. But there was no arrogance there. There was no shaming there. There was no I am better than you. There was a sense of you're better than this. You need to know the truth. This is God's house. Everything you do should honor the Lord, not yourself. So I may be on this refrain for a while. I feel like this is the path the Lord has sent me on, and just maybe to an extreme. It takes me a long time to trust people, but that's when I realized it doesn't matter if you ever trust people, because I can never fully trust myself to respond the way I want to. But I trust the Lord, and I trust in his forgiveness and his promises. And ultimately, that's what we're relying on. If we relied on ourselves or any other human beings, we'd all be doomed. So just remember, that was Proverbs 6:16 to 19 on the 6th thing the Lord hates, 7 that are an abomination. Do not sow discord amongst the brethren. That's the last one, and that's the one that sticks out to me the most. So I pray this finds you well. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow.